prisons where beatings are a regular occurrence, and others that subject inmates to extreme torture and human experimentation, where they become lab rats for biological weapons like anthrax, bomb testing, and other brutalities. We're going to take a look at 10 of the most brutal prisons on Earth. Number 10. Kwang Prison, Thailand. Bangkok Hilton is the nickname given to the Kwang Prison in Thailand. This particular prison is known for torturing prisoners on a regular basis. To further worsen the situation, inmates are housed in tiny cells, while those on death row usually receive a notice of their impending doom just a few hours before their execution. During the first 3 months of every prisoner's sentence, they wear shackles on their legs. It is considered to be the most brutal prison in Thailand. Number 9. Tadmor Prison, Syria. Tadmor Military Prison in Palmyra, Syria is a pretty rough place. Amnesty International has stated that every aspect of it was designed to dehumanize its inhabitants. The most notorious event in the prison's history was in June 1980. President Hafez al-Assad survived an attack on his life by the Muslim Brotherhood. It was reported that he ordered soldiers to execute every prisoner in sight in retaliation for the attack. The massacre program lasted for 2 weeks, which resulted in the death of around 800 to 2,400 inmates. Tadmor was closed down in 2001, but reopened in 2011, and it's no less brutal today. Number 8. Vladmir Central Prison, Russia. Built in 1783, it became infamous for housing political prisoners during the Soviet Union era. Nowadays, the overcrowded and disease-infested prison is known for the sadistic abuse that the inmates receive from the guards. Prisoners are forced out of their cells, ordered to put their hands on the wall, and given beatings so severe that they have to be dragged back to their cells, while some others result in deaths. As if this isn't enough, they are also ordered to beat each other. Number 7. Gitarama Prison, Rwanda. The tool of torture used by this prison is insufficient space for the prisoners. Basically what we have here is a prison designed for 400 inmates, and it is currently housing 6,000 prisoners. Human feces is said to fill the occupied area, which causes gangrene to prisoners, resulting in their death. Food is also provided in such scarcity that prisoners have been reported to eat each other's flesh out of desperation. Most of the prisoners held here have committed a genocide-related crime. Number 6. La Sabaneta Prison, Venezuela. It is considered to be the most brutal prison in South America. Their basic tool of torture here is ignorance of the prisoners. No medical aid is provided, and death from lack of food is always happening. Insanity is so prevalent here that once cholera wiped out 700 inmates. In 1994, 100 inmates were massacred here. Violence is another act that's very prevalent here. Inmates are said to use any object near them as the weapon to attack each other. Competition for survival is the main idea. It's the meager availability of basic amenities that lead to this competition. Number 5. San Quentin Prison, California. San Quentin Prison was established in 1852 and is the oldest prison in the state of California. Although the prison has a gas chamber, the only executions performed there are by lethal injection. Violence is a continual issue at San Quentin, even with a large staff of guards. A particular incident occurred in February 2006, when some racially motivated attacks resulted in the injuries of 100 inmates. Additionally, 2 inmates were killed. The prison is known for its poor conditions, and a 2005 report stated, "It is our opinion that it is dangerous to house people there." Number 4. Ptak Island Prison, Russia. A place in White Lake, Russia, set on an island surrounded by water, housing some of the country's most dangerous prisoners. Violence here is actually surprisingly low, and that's because for 22 hours a day, they're shoved in a cage with 1 inmate. No lavatories, washing facilities, or chance of release. You will spend your whole life in that cell. The inmates are surrounded by cold water and snow. After a few years, their personalities decompose. 20 years, and you begin to lose your mind. Number 3. Camp 22, North Korea. The notorious Hworyong concentration camp, which has gained international attention in 2012 after its warden defected to China, was an isolated prison for political prisoners and has been in operation since 1965. A large compound that holds 50,000 prisoners. In North Korea, if somebody breaks the law to a harsh enough degree, They're going to put 3 generations of your family in this prison, just to remove the roots of the bad seed. In addition, the death camp has subjected inmates to extreme torture and human experimentation, where they become lab rats for biological weapons like anthrax, bomb testing, and other brutalities. Number 2. Rikers Island, New York. Stabbings, beatings, and brutal beatings for prison guards characterize this American prison. Filled primarily with offenders who are visible minorities, jailed on drug offenses, the prison is a hotbed of violence and aggression. The 2007 prisoner Charles Atwood was beaten senseless with a billy club by a prison official, who hit him repeatedly from behind. His injuries were so severe, they necessitated brain surgery. 6 inmates committed suicide, hanging themselves with bed sheets in their cells. And this was just in the first 6 months of 2003. Rikers has a reputation for its cruel treatment of mentally ill prisoners, who often turn to suicide in lieu of treatment and understanding. Number 1. Alcatraz Prison, San Francisco. Alcatraz Prison was built to house the most dangerous and scariest criminals in the USA. The prison is located on Alcatraz Island off the coast of San Francisco. One of the most famous inmates of all time here was Al Scarface Capone. The prison was closed in 1963 due to its high maintenance cost, and also due to the violence associated with it. In particular, the Battle of Alcatraz incident in 1946, where prisoners tried to escape en masse, leading to a very high number of casualties. That's it. Don't forget to subscribe for more videos like this every day.